So you want to buy an AR-15, but like many of us, you're not made of money. And the money that you do decide to spend, you most likely have a wife, a girlfriend, maybe even a parent that's gonna murder you for doing it. But as you walk into that gun store and look at that wall of amazing tacticalness, awesomeness of an operator's dreamland, you have to get one. So you ask yourself two questions. What kind of AR-15 are you gonna get, and how are you gonna get it? You might think, well, you could build one. But like me, I am by no means a gun expert or somebody that's able to build a gun. And when you're kind of putting something together that actually is designed to control an explosion in your hands and 8 inches from your face, I don't really trust my skills to that, because I'd like to keep all my fingers, toes, eyes, and ears attached. So we'll just stick with buying one off the shelf. You might look at them and you're looking at the POFs, the Bushmasters, the Wyndham weaponry. All these rifles can go $1,000, $2,000. Again, this is money that you don't have. So where do you go? You move down to the counter to the left side and look down at the bottom of the shelf at the budget AR-15s. What's a budget AR-15, you might ask? Well, in my world, anything under $700 would be considered a budget. This is my story of my budget AR-15. After I did my research and figured out what I wanted, I decided to go with the M&P15 Sport by Smith Wesson. This is basically the generic of generic AR-15s, but built really well with a good receiver, bolt group, and barrel. For $650, you can't go wrong. But like me, when I buy this gun, I'm looking at it thinking it's the most elite, tactical, operational rifle in the whole wide world. I'm just excited that I have it. I can't wait to shoot it. The first thing of a budget AR-15 that you find that could be just disgusting is the furniture. You basically got an optionless, ugly-ass beer keg of a plastic foreguard that just looks like something that was part of the scenery in a Galactica episode. The stock is just this puny, rattly, ugly, super uncomfortable. You can't really use it even with a t-shirt because the thing is going to rub your pit side raw. In the grip, it just has no form to your hand whatsoever. In the beginning, you thought this gun looked just epically awesome, and now you're starting to realize that this gun that you originally thought was the Maserati of rifles of your whole arsenal is now the Yugo of your safe. Over time, you shoot it, and you have a good time, but then you realize you want to put an optic on that sucker. So what kind of optic do you get? You go buy yourself a cheap budget style 3-power prismatic. But now you got a problem. Since this is a budget AR-15, most of those puppies have an A2 style iron sight in the front, which makes it an epic pain in the ass to put any kind of prismatic or magnified optic on, because now you got this big ol' giant bluish gray thing right in the middle of your picture. I'm not gonna spend a ton of money on buying Picatinny risers that just adds to crap to loosen up and fall apart, especially when you buy even cheaper metal and aluminum and whatnot. So what do? You go spend more money on a red dot, because that's about the only thing that you can really use with an A2 iron sight and actually still be able to function. You want to mount a light to this puppy, but again, with that ugly ass foreguard, there's nothing to mount to. So what do? You hop online and you get a hold of some goofy ass mount that mounts to this wonderful A2 iron sight, just so you can mount a mediocre Cree type flashlight. But over time, again, you realize how much more help this gun needs. You start to learn more about it and do research and find out that this AR-15 can be changed and modified and made even cooler, but again, that takes money. I've had this gun for roughly 3 years and haven't really done anything with it. But over time, I've been slowly accumulating goodies to go on to it. So what's next? Keep your eyes out for the next video for the AR-15 M&P Sport version 2.